Hi, friends. Hello, hello. How are you? It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? I just came off of a big 24-hour day at the Q at QVC. So my brain is still a bit foggy, but that's okay. Delighted to be with all of you tonight. And because we're going to keep things kind of simple, we are going to just sort of chill out a little bit tonight. I think that sounds good to me. I hope that sounds good to you too. Just talk about some simple things and spend some time hearing what you all have been up to. And as you're popping in, I see people are stopping by. Hi. Please make sure to say hi in our chat. Let us know where you're joining us from. And we are thrilled to have you here. Hi, Mary. Nice to have you here. Hi, Matthew. Got a little itch here. I'm here. My daughter Kylie is here. Kylie takes care of all the comments. So any questions you might have, we are going to talk about some of the fun products that we have. We have a lot of things that we put on sale for this chat. Kind of fun. I even snuck in and put a couple more things on sale. Bernadette might just be hearing about that for the very first time, but I did. Because I just wanted tonight to be sort of this fun thing. And in addition to just sort of like relax, hang out together for a little bit, we're doing a giveaway. So guess what? If you would like to be part of the giveaway, if you want to be entered into the giveaway, oh, wait, you want to know what we're giving away? Should we wait till a few more people get here? Let's see if we can get to 100 people tuning in, and then I'll tell you about the giveaway. So all you have to do to be entered into the giveaway is comment. It's not one of those things where if you comment 87 times, you get 87 entries. You just have to comment once, and that puts you into our little drawing, and Kylie will do that for us at the end of the chat. So come on in, everybody. So glad to have you here. If you happened to join me yesterday on QVC, thank you. It was a long day. What a lot of people don't always realize is, you know, when you're a guest for those 24 hours, and I do all of those presentations, it doesn't just start at midnight. You know, I had to be there at 9 o'clock because they meet on set with the producers and the guest and the host and make sure everything looks good and do we have everything lined up. And then prior to me even going in, right, I'm spending time, you know, getting all of the samples together, looking at all of the lists of products that are going to be in each show and making sure I have those organized, have all of my notes that I'm studying to make sure I remember all of the facts and figures about the products. Then there's like the sort of like TV stuff. I have to make sure all my outfits are ready to go. Might need to try them on once because I haven't worn them in a while to make sure they still fit, or maybe I need to add an extra layer of Spanx. So they do. And make sure you get all of that together. So really for today's special value day, from the guest perspective, at least this is how I go. I'm sure there are others who are far more seasoned at doing it who, you know, don't put this kind of attention to it. But the couple of days leading up to those big days, I kind of hibernate. I try to rest, not necessarily sleep, because I don't think I could sleep that much, but just being quiet. My energy level in those days leading up to it are pretty low. I try to eat really simple, really clean. I don't eat any sugar. I don't eat a lot of carbs. And I just find for me, all doing those little things really help me on show day because my body is better prepared and I'm mentally better prepared too. So basically, I, went into QVC Sunday night at 9 p.m. I got home around 1:30 in the morning. I fell asleep a little after 2. I think it was 2:10 was the last time I looked at the clock. I was up at 5:15 and I went to bed at midnight last night. So that was a long day. I did get a 2-hour nap. That was nice. I got a 2-hour nap in the green room. I brought my little pillow in. I was wishing I brought a Barefoot Dreams blanket to cozy up. But it was a great day for J Jewelry. I still have on the beautiful woven bracelet. It was all hand woven. The first time we'd ever done anything like that. It's I hope if you did get it, I think you'll love it. If you didn't, you can go check it out. It'll be a little more expensive today, but it's for my money. If I'm going to buy a good silver bracelet, this is the kind of bracelet I would want to buy. I wouldn't want to, chintz out on it and get something that was, hollowed out or, maybe gave me a look but didn't give me the feel. I don't know. I like my jewelry to feel like something. I don't know how you all feel about that. But anyway, so it was a great day for Jay. And oh, Tina, I bought the TSV and can't wait to receive it. Oh, let me know. Send me an instant message or a DM or whatever they're called. I don't even know. I'd love to know what you think. Basically, that bracelet was based off of a bracelet that Doug gave me 15 years ago. And I loved the weave so much. And I took it to the J team and they were no longer doing that weave in the John Hardy brand. So it gave us a chance to create something, a replica of it for the QVC customer, which is really exciting. So anyway, it was fun. It was a busy day. Had, great hosts who are all good friends. So it's always fun to see everybody. And I've got a little respite. And I'm on Saturday. I'll be on QVC on Saturday during Saturday Morning Q. We have our little Symbols of Love bracelet, and we have a new patriotic theme, kind of fun, that will be debuting in that show. But for now, can I also tell you, okay, I'm going to tell you about our giveaway in just a minute. Can I tell you, so I get home last night. I was home. I don't know, what time did I get home? I think I went to bed at like 12:30 because I got home 11ish and really 11:30, I guess I got home. And I walk in and I thought, okay, I'm going to sit and visit with Doug for a while because I, hadn't seen him all day. And then, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to bed. And I walk in and I plop down and he was like, how was your day? How'd the shows go? How'd everything go? And he's like, well, and I'm thinking, oh no. I got to tell you something. Whenever Doug looks at me and says, well, there's usually big news coming after that. And he looked at me and said, Kelsey's in heat. Oh, no. Because don't forget, we have an intact male, her brother. Right? So we knew this day was coming. That sounds funny, I think. We knew this day was coming. So, so no, Kelsey has not been spayed yet. And no, Tug hasn't been neutered yet because they're 9-month-old Rottweiler puppies. And our experience has been, and most breeders, but also vets will often recommend that it's better for the dogs long-term for their health. If for females, you can at least let them go through at least one cycle. And that's true for Rottweilers. And for Rottweiler males, we know this to be true because we've had so many males. If you can wait till they're 2 to neuter them, that's ideal. We made it to just about that far with both of ours. And, it lets them fully develop and all the things, right? So when we got Kelsey and Tug, like that was one of my first questions. I was like, so it's a male and a female, and what happens when she goes into heat? Because we've never dealt with that before. If you ever dealt with a puppy female in heat and you have any tips or tricks, put them in the comments. And Kylie, I want to see what they are. Because we don't know what we're doing. Except that we're very fortunate to have our house at the beach. And so Doug headed down there with Tug, and poor Doug, he's recovering from his hip replacement, and now he's got to deal with the dog, and that house has a lot of stairs. And then he got down there tonight and they're redoing the road in our development. And they were tearing out the curbs, and everybody's curb was reformed except ours. So we couldn't even drive into the driveway. So we had to park in the street, walk through all the way up to the house with the dog who's only been there once. I mean, just madness. This is my life, everybody. So anyway, the long story longer is we are separating Tug and Kelsey for the next few weeks. Doug and I are going to be, passing ships going back and forth between Pennsylvania and Delaware at the Delaware beaches, each taking turns. Kylie's, I think she knows this. She's going to be taking a duty. Trevor gets home next weekend from college. He'll be taking some duty. And that's how we're managing the whole situation. But sweet Kelsey, you can tell she's a little out of sorts because she's not quite sure what to do here by herself without her big brother. And she's not quite feeling right and trying to figure out what the heck is going on with my body, which every female who's joining us in this chat can probably relate to. Just think back to what it was like when you were 10, 11, 12 and the change came, right? So anyway, that's where we are. It's a lot. I never said my life was simple. It's very interesting at times. All right. Are you ready for the giveaway? I'm so ready to tell you what we're going to give away tonight. So here's what you need to do. Wherever you're joining us from, please make sure you make some kind of comment in our chat. That automatically enters you in. Do not bombard the chat with 87 comments because you think that gives you 87 entries. That's not the case. You just have to say hi once or answer one of the questions or whatever we talk about. Okay. So for our giveaway tonight, we thought we would do something fun with soap rocks. And so what we are giving away is, hang on, I got to reach over here and grab this. We're giving away a little soap rocks collection. So this collection gives you the fantastic bath salts. I love these. You just need a few of these. You get all the trace minerals in your water, and it's like an aromatherapy spa. You'll get one of our soap rocks, and you'll get the little bag of the little soap gems in the rough, which when they form the soap rocks, they have to cut off pieces to create these shapes. And so this is like a bag of those rocks, and it comes in a little organza bag. They're about the size of your palm. And so we're going to give this away, the whole little set. All right. So we'll do that drawing at the end of our chat, in about 45 minutes or so. So make sure you say hi or leave us a comment. That's how you'll get entered. Okay. So kind of a fun little thing, sort of a little spring pick me up. I don't know. I just feel like maybe we all need that right now. You need a little bit of a pick-me-up for the season. And I know I was walking outside in our backyard today, and my roses, the bushes are so budded out, and they're starting to open up and look so beautiful. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of planting this weekend for Mother's Day. My mom and I are going to go out to dinner on Saturday, most likely. And then I think on Sunday night, Kylie and I hopefully might be able to go out for dinner. Yeah. So Kylie's got two families, and it's her mom's birthday this weekend. So she'll be busy with her other mom. So hopefully we'll get to hang out for a little bit. And this will be the first Mother's Day where Trevor's not home. So I'll make sure he makes that up to me when he gets back.
Which is why I'm the favorite.
That's why Kylie's the favorite. And of course, he could really make it up to me if he would just get really good grades on his report card. I'll take that. I don't need flowers. You don't bring me flowers. You don't have to bring me flowers. You don't have to take me out to dinner. Just go to class and get good grades. That works for me. I don't think it's too much to ask. All right. What else? Can I share something with all of you? So, we're going to talk about some products and things. I wanted to keep tonight just light and easy because one, I'm tired, not going to lie, but, and can I tell you, I did my makeup tonight in 2 seconds. I think I went upstairs at what time, Kylie? Like 7:38.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to put a little something on. And I'm still so loving, some of our products from Doll 10. So if you haven't checked out Doris's products, basically all I have on my skin is this covers everything and a little bit of that green cream underneath. I just did super light just to even me out. Threw on a little bit of mascara and a little touch of eyeshadow and my lip balm. Where did it go? It was over here. Did it roll away? There it is. Were you stealing my lip balm, Kylie?
No.
This is one of the Doll 10 lip balms. And that was kind of it, but I love it when you find products that kind of give you a finished look and little amount of time. All right, let me read this quote to all of you, and I'd love to know what you all think about this, because this, I don't know, this really hit me hard. And I don't know if I feel like I'm getting to that phase in my life where I just want the freedom to just do the things. I want to be able to, for Doug and I to go travel. I want to go see my friends. I want to go make the reservation at the cool restaurant. Like, I just want to do those things. And so this is a quote that I saw on social media today, and I'd love to know your thoughts. There is a version of yourself 10 years from now that is begging this version of yourself to enjoy where you currently are just a little bit more. Isn't that great? Think about that. The version of yourself 10 years from now is looking back, is looking at you and wishing that the version that you are now, where you are now, is enjoying life just a little bit more. And to me, that's all about, you don't want to live life without regret, right? You don't want to live life with regrets, rather. You don't want to look back and wish you would have done the things and realize one day you could have, but you didn't. And now you can't. So I don't know. That one just really hit me today, and I thought it was great. I think I'll repost that on my social media, because I think a lot of people will read that and be like, yeah, I should pay attention to that. I should do the things, right? You should do the things. Do the things. All right. So a lot of you are saying that quote makes a lot of sense. It says it all. Yes, so true. Don't wish your life away. Enjoy now. Yes, yes, yes. 100%. Do what you want now, right? To do it. Do it, do it, do it. I really believe that. And, really in the last year, I think have come around a lot to that idea. I worked hard. I worked really hard, and I gave my job, and have given my job and my career a lot of myself, a lot of priority in my life. Sometimes I didn't have a choice. It's what I had to do. But I'm lucky to be at this place in my life now where I'm going to do the things. And I can tell you, like, this year, I'm doing the things. I'm going out to Santa Barbara in a couple of weeks, for my best friend Emily's mom's memorial service. I mean, I'm literally flying out Friday. I'll be there Saturday. I'm coming home Sunday. But you know what? Yeah, it's a whirlwind. Yeah, it's probably going to wipe me out a little bit, but I don't want to miss it. So I'm going to go. And then I'm going to Ireland in the middle of June. I can share that, a little bit of that, with you a little bit later. My high school reunion is in October. I think I've talked about that a lot. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like, I wish October was tomorrow. My mom's family is having a little reunion, and she wasn't going to go. My mom wasn't going to go. Mom. So I may have scolded her a little bit, but I told her, like, listen, you're the oldest and none of you are getting any younger. So my mom's 83, her brother's 81, another one's 79, another one's 60 something. Like, there may not be many reunions left. So we're going to go. So I can't stay for as long as she's going to stay. I'm glad she came around to the idea of staying a little longer. But I'm going to fly out there with her. I'm going to get her there. I'll enjoy time with my cousins and my aunts and uncles, and then I'll head home and she can stay for another week or so. And I know when she's there, she'll be so glad that she's there. But I think for a lot of people, right, as you get older, I understand traveling can be a little bit more intimidating, but I'll be there. That's part of my job, right? That's part of my job as her daughter, is to help her with those things. So we're going to do that. So we're going to do the things. I hope you can do the things too. Whatever that means in your life, I hope you can do the things too. All right. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we have for you tonight. We have some pretty cool sales. We marked down some things. And like I said, I kind of snuck in there and I marked down a few more things because I just thought, you know what? Like, let's just like, let's just have a fun night. Everybody's a little, I think we're all a little maybe stressed over finances, and you never know what's going to be happening in the world. And, the economy, you hear about it all the time. It's always a worry, right? Even when things are good, it feels like it's a worry. So I think what I love about what we're going to talk about tonight is, there's really, I don't think anything in the show really is, like over $60. Remember, everything that we show you, the shipping is included in that price. A lot of what we're going to show you is $40 and less. And we have some nice sale offers and things too. So just some fun little things. Like, to me, I want this to be a little collection tonight of little pick-me-ups for yourself that make you happy, a little treat for yourself, but not at price points that could stress you out. So I hope that works for everybody. All right. So one thing I want to tell you is back in stock, and I'm thrilled they're back in stock. Have you tried our Just Jill Vanilla Mint SPF 15 lip balms? They're awesome. They have great reviews. You can read about them over at justjillshop.com. But these are made for me by a friend of mine named Gabby. And Gabby has a company called Mad Gabs. I met Gabby in 1996, maybe 7. She was 24 at the time. She was on QVC, and she was making these little beeswax lip and body balms from her mom's kitchen. And she was part of like one of those 50 and 50 tours. Anyway, we just struck it up. We were both, I wasn't that much older than 24 at that time. So we were both in our 20s, and I loved her story, and, just I've always admired the entrepreneur. And anyway, long story short, many years later, I was in New York at a trade show, happened to walk down an aisle, and I was like, Mad Gabs, I know Gab. And so we reconnected and then started keeping in touch. And then when I started the shop 4 years ago, she was one of the first people that I reached out to, because I feel like she embodies the type of business that I think so many of you would love to support. Woman-owned business using natural ingredients. I mean, she's using the natural beeswax. She uses a lot of organic ingredients. You can see here, USDA organic. She gives back, especially to young girls, really supporting young girls and empowering them to think of ideas and to believe in themselves and to pursue, what they might be able to do with those ideas, like how far could they take them. So I adore her. I adore her spirit. She's a creative like me. So of course I love that. So when we started working together, of course, she has all of her great lip balms. We have all kinds of different flavors. Her newest combo is this duo. You'll get 3 of the watermelon and 3 of the lemonade. It's watermelon sorbet and the lemonade. So that's kind of a nice, you get 6 sticks all together. Those are nice. We do one with the prickly pear and the lemonade. All of these have sunscreen in them, by the way. So those have your SPF. But I said to Gab, listen, like, my favorite flavor is vanilla mint. Like, I love the sweetness, and then I just love the little tingle. And she said, well, I can make that for you. So we did it with a cute little Just Jill logo, and it's SPF 15. And it's, again, this is all beeswax. Let me just open this one up. I should just grab one from my purse. You can see that it's down to the nub. It was so cute. When my mom fell last year and I was overstaying at her apartment, it was so cute because she had little Just Jill lip balms at like 3 different places, like one by her bedside before she went to bed, one over where she sits and does the paper in the morning, and then one like over at like by the chair where she sits and watches TV. It's like she was touching up all day. I loved that. All right, so here's the take this down a little bit so you can just see it. And again, the ingredient story here is what I love. So it's just, it's just a clear, doesn't have any tint or color, smells so good, and gives you that SPF. But what you'll find is, unlike real waxy sticks or any type of lip product that has the petrolatum and things in them, I mean, all those do essentially is they actually dry your lips out more than you might realize. And then you're reapplying, and it kind of almost becomes this like crazy addictive thing. The beauty of the beeswax is not only does it hydrate, but it protects and it locks moisture in. So, put this on before you go to bed, put this on in the morning, certainly as you're spending more time outside. Now that the weather is warming up, SPF on your face, use Dr. Dines's day cream, put this on your lips, and you've got SPF protection too. So our set of 3 Just Jill lip balms, $20. I can tell you my sister-in-law, Lane, who has the best taste in everything. I'm giving myself a little pat on the back here, but she buys our lip balms from us all the time, and I love that. So I know that it's a great product, of course, because it's Mad Gabs, but I love that she loves the vanilla mint. So $20 for our lip balms, keep them in your purses. And if the vanilla mint isn't your thing, I'm cool with that. Check out the other items that we have from Mad Gabs. Here's the prickly pear and lemonade combo. Here is the watermelon sorbet and the lemonade combo. And just so you know, the lemonade is the one that has the SPF. The watermelon sorbet does not. That's just like a hydrating lip balm. And then we also have her sun sticks. We paired this with a lip balm, right, Kylie?
Yes.
Yeah, the prickly pear. Is that what we did?
Yep.
So here's like sort of a face and lip combo. So these are great for travel too. Or if you play golf, you're playing pickleball, you need a little touch up. These are that same wonderful, easy kind of hydrating balm, but with SPF protection too. These are an SPF 30. Great for the kiddos too. SPF 30 makes it really, really easy to put them on. Like, I don't know. I can remember both Kylie and Trevor were kind of horrendous when it came to sunscreen. So again, put it on your ears. Also, great for your spouse, partner. If he's out with a bald head playing golf or doing those things, if his ears get sunburned, these sticks really come in handy. So glad to have those back in stock for you. And we have a nice variety of products from Mad Gabs. Also, some really good, more balm type products, which also have the protectant quality. The thing you might know about you wouldn't know about Mad Gabs is like she does private label. So for years, she made all the LL Bean products. So she does private label like she did for Just Jill for a lot of other brands too. And I think people really appreciate the natural story and that she's really been a champion for that since 1994. So, we love supporting her. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. So check out Mad Gabs. Again, a fun little pick-me-up, something you probably need. You're getting a little better version because of the cleaner ingredients here, and you get some sun protection too. All right, so that's our little Mad Gab story. All right, let's talk about a few things that we decided to put on sale, okay? So one of those things is, I know we're giving away our Soap Rock collection, but we decided to do a little markdown on our summer fun soap dish and soap rock combo. So these have been like $34 or $35. Now they're $29. So you get the ceramic pineapple in your choice of the sort of mango orange, it's like a corally orange, or the yellow, or the green. So it's like a lime green, a lemon yellow, and kind of like a mandarin coral kind of a color. And then to go with that, so that can be, you can use that for a lot of different things. It's just a cute little set about. We thought it made an adorable soap dish. Bright, happy, something fun for a housewarming gift, something great as a hostess gift if you're, going to go stay with somebody or you need something unique, cute birthday gift. And I love that we put the turquoise because I love that pop of bright color. This just screams summer to me. So, jazz up your powder room. You don't have to redo it. Just put out a new soap dish and a new bright soap. Have fun with it. And this, of course, is the beautiful turquoise soap rock. The ingredients in soap rocks, if you don't know, these are all vegetable-based glycerin. And then a lot of essential oils, jojoba, calendula, comfrey, aloe vera. This has a really clean scent to it. Oh, that smells so good. And this is actually one of my favorite soap rocks of all time. It was actually, fun story here, the very first soap rock I ever purchased. So I used to buy soap rocks from a little store here in the Philadelphia area. And then I brought them to the buyers at QVC, and then QVC offered them for a long time. And of course, when I started my own retail business, I loved reaching out to vendors whose products I just absolutely adored. Soap rocks being one of them, my favorite. And so when I think back to that first soap rocks purchase, this was it. And I bought it for my good friend, jewelry designer Carolyn Pollock, because she lives in the Southwest and makes turquoise jewelry. So I thought it was perfect for her. But it's, it's a beautiful, beautiful, really does look like has the matrix and everything as if it were, mined from the earth turquoise. Carol, love the soap dish. I know which color, Carol. Tell me which color. And then here's again, the bright orange. Here it is. And we thought the turquoise just looked great against all of these. I love the turquoise against the yellow. And maybe my favorite, I love the turquoise and the green. So much fun. And the pineapple is a symbol of welcome. And hospitality. So that is a really fun gift idea. If you are going to be giving a hostess gift or something. Karen likes the yellow one. I know they're all great. It's hard to choose which one. They're all super cute, and they're nice size too. And you don't have to use this with just the soap. I mean, if that's how you want to start, great. And when you're done with the soap, we have soap rock sets. I'll show you one that we have that I really like a lot. But, use this with other things. Use this as a little trinket dish for maybe taking off your jewelry when you're washing your hands, or doing dishes. Put this by your bedside table. You could set a flameless candle on top of this if you wanted to. In fact, this is one of our flameless candles that's actually on sale right now. So you could do, something there and then maybe do a little scatter around it. Seashells or, little beads or marbles, little pieces of sea glass. You could do all kinds of things. So there's lots of ways to be able to use these once you're done with the soap. So those have been marked down. Again, they were $34. Now they're $29. That includes your shipping and handling. And so really, really nice price point. Maybe even stock up on those. Think about those for gifts for later in the season. Because I can tell you that once those are gone, they're gone. No reorder on that. Not bringing them back. We got them at a good deal to bring them in the first place. So if that's something that you'd like, get them before they're gone. And then let me just tell you about this flameless candle. So most of the flameless candles that we do at Just Jill, you can see are done in glass. So it sort of looks like you already have a hurricane around it. But I also know that some of you were wanting just more traditional flameless candles without the glass. It gave you some options for other looks or styles, what have you. So this is the one version that we have. It's a can you check for me, Kylie? I think it's 3.5 inches in diameter. Is it a 3.5 and then it's 6 inches? I think that's right. I think it's 3.5 inches in diameter, 6 inches in height.
It says it's 3.
Oh, it's 3. Okay, it is 3. That's right. 3 inches in diameter and 6 inches in height. And then it has this wonderful, warm, flickering flame on a timer. Fantastic. These were $30 a piece. We marked it down to $25. And when this is gone, I'm not sure this is coming back. So if you want to stock up, it's an ivory color, all real wax. And I've told this story before, but I was really hesitant to do anything with flameless candles because I know personally, like most of the flameless candles that I had prior to discovering these were all Luminara, and they make a fantastic product. I love the Luminara product. I supported them, shopped with them, presented their products forever. They're great. And because of that, I figured most of you were like that too. But when I happened to work with this particular vendor and really started looking up close at how pretty this flickering glow was and how much more real this really looked like than the, movement of the plastic flame on the others, I was like, well, let's give it a try. Let's just try it. And the response from all of you has been incredible. I mean, I think all of our flameless candles have very positive, high reviews. I don't want to say they're all 5-star, but they're pretty darn close. And so many of you have loved them. So if you want to get a few of these, for some of your candlesticks that have a 3-inch or even a 3.5-inch platform, you want to make sure that your candle's just a little bit smaller than the diameter of the platform on a candlestick, this is going to be the candle that you're going to want to use. So normally $30, we marked it down to $25. That includes your shipping and handling. It does work on a timer, and they're absolutely stunning. So if you're interested in that, be sure to pick that up. Another item that we put on sale are for springtime. Joy is saying, I've never tried soaps rocks, good for sensitive skin. Actually, awesome for sensitive skin. But what I would tell you, Joy, is if it depends on how you want to use them. So if you're just going to use it as a hand soap, like with the dish that we showed you, I think you'll be fine. If you're interested in using the soap rocks as a body soap, if you are super sensitive, we do carry soap rocks that are unscented. So I'm not sure if you are sensitive to fragrance or not. That might not even be an issue for you. But if it is, I just want to let you know we do carry a soap rock set that is unscented. And by the way, everybody, in honor of our soap rocks giveaway and that $29 soap dish soap rock combo, if you buy more than one of any soap rock set, we're going to take 10% off. And that includes that special deal that I showed you. So 10% off all soap rocks when you buy more than one item from soap rocks. All right. So that's kind of a nice little extra. Okay. Maybe you don't want to put a lot of money into redecorating your house for the spring season, but you want to put out a little couple of things that just make you smile, that make the house feel a little lighter or fresh. Don't forget about our beautiful faux tulips. Those are a great way to add a little color and floral without watering and drooping. But I also love our coasters. We have some of the prettiest coasters. This is like one of my favorite items to bring to all of you. I don't know why, but I just feel like when you have a coaster that's in step with the season, that just makes me happy. I don't know. Like, I just think when you have people over, or even, you're sitting and you set your cup of coffee down on your pretty table and you're like, oh, look at my butterfly coaster. Isn't that nice? It's just those little things, right? So normally our coaster sets are $30. This is one of the items I went in and I decided I'm going to mark that down, $25. Shipping and handling is included in that. So a new little coaster set, great gift, right? So good. And I'll show you what each of these look like. But I love these again. Birthday gift. For the person that has everything, give them a new set of coasters. A housewarming gift. You have no idea what to buy them. You don't know what their decor is. They will love getting some new coasters. Because listen, people take pride in their home. Their furniture is nice. They might be antiques. It might have been handed down. You want to protect those things. And this is a way to be decoratively protective on surfaces. So with these coasters, we have this cute little songbird set. So this one says home, tweet home, and it's a yellow bird with all those pretty colors. I love this artwork, by the way. This one says, hello, sunny days. This one says, spring is in the air. And this one says, lovely birds welcome. The artwork here is my favorite thing, isn't it? The colors, it's just really, really beautiful. So these were $30, now they're $25, shipping and handling included. Really, really nice price point for gifting. And then the other set that we have for the season, also marked down from $30 to $25, is this set of butterfly coasters. And I love this because each butterfly will be different, as you'll see, but it's this bold, colorful, almost looks like a botanical artwork, or like when you see the artwork where they've done these beautiful paintings and they give the species name and all of that. I'm sure there's a formal term for that, but I don't know what that is. But I love that you have this bold butterfly, but in the background, you sort of have this like soft gray floral pattern. So with the butterfly set, now I want to show you one thing here. This is on a little bit more of like a tumbled rough edge style, all backed with cork. So again, safe for your countertops. Here is the beautiful like teal color butterfly. Then you get this beautiful red, orange, and yellow. Thanks, Jan. Then you have this one that has these like rich kind of indigo bluish purple. And then finally, There's sort of that monarch butterfly look with the black and the orange and the gold. So butterfly or birds, you choose, or both if you want. Denise said she's getting the bird coasters for a friend's birthday. Her family calls her Bird. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. That's perfect. Don't you love it when you find gifts like that? I love that so much. I love being a gift giver. I don't know about all of you. I mean, not that I don't enjoy receiving gifts, I do, but oh, I love finding gifts for people. My grandmother was the same way. My grandmother never walked into a store without finding something for somebody. And even if it was, they were, my grandparents they would drive over when I was first in news. Let me explain the story here. When I was first started my career in television, I worked in West Lafayette, Indiana, which I love that town so much and had so many fun memories from living there. One of which was I was an hour and a half away from my grandparents' house. So I actually lived with my grandparents for a while and I would commute an hour and a half each way, each day. But it was worth it because I'd get to my grandma's at nighttime and her homemade cooking and homemade rolls and homemade pies were sitting there waiting for me. And she'd make me breakfast every morning before I'd get on the road. But my grandmother was the type of person that even if she and my grandfather drove down to Lafayette for the day, an hour and a half to do some shopping, or they were going to take me out to dinner when I got off the air, they maybe swang by the Cracker Barrel and looked in the little gift shop and she saw a cute little glass bird that she thought was so pretty and thought it might be something that would make me happy if I looked at it in my little apartment and maybe it would remind me of her. And so she would buy it. And she did that for all of the grandkids. When she would come out and visit us in California, she never came empty-handed. And she loved anytime she saw something, it was like, I wonder if so-and-so would like that. She was always thinking about other people. And so I'd like to think I'm a little that way because I really love to find those meaningful gifts. I don't know. I just think that's special. All right. So butterflies or birds, normally $30. And believe me, we sell them at $30 all day long and on Sunday. They're very popular, but why not? This is kind of our chill out day. Let's mark them down, $25. And when these styles are gone, they're gone. We have new ones coming in later in the year, but if you're wanting the birds or the butterfly, when those are gone, they're gone. All right. Also on sale, another one of my favorite items that we offer, and you're going to think it's such a ding dong thing, but I love it. I love our measuring spoons. And I think I love them because they're creative and they're different. I love things that are useful and pretty. And so we do these great measuring spoon sets. This one is this big fish. I think it's fantastic. I love it so much. But usually our measuring spoon sets, again, are $30. That includes the shipping and handling. They're dishwasher safe. They're so artistic. Those are marked down to $25. So again, another really fun gift idea, something different. Who do you know who loves to cook, who loves to bake? Maybe get this and a new cookbook and give that to a bride to be. They're just fun. And there's a tablespoon, a teaspoon, a half teaspoon, and a quarter teaspoon in the set. So the ones that we have available for you are the fish. Love the fish. Oh, this is a favorite. The hearts. So the heart is so pretty. That's the back of the spoon. Look at the carving detail and everything they had to do for those. Isn't that something? Look at the top. And then on the inside, it's kind of hammered and is shiny around the edges. Isn't that nice? So there's the hearts. Love. Oh, Lynn. Well, our good friend Lynn is a music teacher, and she had asked, could we bring in something for the music that was music oriented? So yes, when we were in Atlanta, we found these musical spoons, which I think are so adorable. So look what they did. Like up here, they have all these, can you see it? They have all these little music notes, and then you can see it's a quarter teaspoon. And the swirl of the music is, going through the spoon. And then on the back, and then at the top, you have the little treble clef. I think those are darling. So for the piano teacher, the music teacher, the orchestra leader, whoever it might be, you just love music in your life. Maybe you played an instrument when you were younger, and you can see it's kind of embossed on the back too. So anyone that has a love of music, we have that set for you. And then we have a couple of sets. Those were all silver. We have a couple of sets that have some enamel on them that gives some beautiful colors. So this set is our butterfly set. So look what they did here. This is like almost like guilloche enameling that you would do in jewelry. And then it comes down and these are like little flowers. Aren't those amazing? Like, I just think that is the prettiest gift. And where do you find stuff like that? This is one of the things that I love so much about what I do and what our team does for you is I get to find these little special things and bring them to you so that you can enjoy them or share them and feel confident and excited about that same passion that my grandmother had when she would find a little something when she was out shopping, because they're just so pretty. And I don't know, I can justify this because I bake and I cook and I use them, right? Even like the quarter teaspoon, I sprinkle some vitamin C ester powder on the dog's food every day to keep their immune system strong. I need a little measuring spoon for that. They're perfect. All right, so here's like this butterfly is in those pretty, you can see pinks and purple and teal. And then this next one is just a little bit different. So it has some orange and purple and green. And then this one here has beautiful teals and a little bit of a champagne color. And then look at this, mama. This one is beautiful in those pretty turquoise and green and purple shades. Look at the flower. Look at the back. I mean, they're just fabulous. Okay, how about this is a little gift? The butterfly measuring spoons and the butterfly coasters. That would be such a nice little gift for someone, wouldn't it? I love that. All right, so these are measuring spoons. Again, I have one more set to show you with cardinals. Normally 30, and they're one of our most popular gift items during the holidays. But we thought this time of year, again, a little pick-me-up. You want to do a little something fun, something pretty to see every time you open up your drawer. Check out our measuring spoons. Normally 30, now 25, and that includes the shipping and handling. And then we do have this cardinal set because I know many of you, like me, love your cardinals. So here is, look at the pretty enameling there. Just a beautiful red bird. This is the one I would have purchased for my grandma because she loved red birds. And so again, it looks like a leaf down below. And then each one of these is, I'm pretty sure they're all just about the same. They are about the same. Some of them face left and some of them face right. But you can see you have the pretty green. And then do you see how there's like texture on the silver underneath and then the enamel is applied over that? That's that guilloche enameling. Do you know who taught me about that? Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers used that because Fabergé used that technique. They would texture the silver and then put the translucent color or the transparent color over that. And so just beautiful. Joy said, gave the fish spoons to young adult grandson who has his own apartment and loves to fish. He loves using them. I love that. Thank you, Joy. I'm so glad he likes it. Love that. All right, here's this one. Just showing you all of them. And then again, the big leaf for the scoop. All right, so that is our set of measuring spoons. All right, so far, everybody, we've talked about $20 items, $25 items, $29 items, and really good items, right? I feel like I love that. I love that we could do that for you tonight. In addition to that, we have some buy more and save opportunities, like with our soap rocks. So I know I showed you the soap rock with the pineapple dish, but we also have our soap rock sets. And we have all different sets. This is one of my favorites because this is sort of Jill's exotic gemstone favorite. The whole reason I love this set is this one right here. These are the big 6 ounces too, by the way. This is labradorite. Do you see like just that incredible, like iridescence that's in there. I love that so much. So this is a really fun set. They all smell delicious. Beautiful stones. Again, natural vegetable-based glycerin here. They have natural essential oils. And back to, I forget whose question it was. I'm so sorry. Asking about whether or not to use them for sensitive skin. I said if you're using them for your hands, probably no problem, maybe unscented. If scented isn't an issue for you, let me just remind you, when you buy the sets like these, they're individually wrapped. It'll say the name of the stone on the outside, but you can use these as real beauty bars. So when we would present these on QVC, like we would show people taking makeup off with them. They were like on Beauty IQ. Do y'all remember that channel? They were on Beauty IQ as like a beauty deal. The lather on these becomes so cushy, creamy. I will tell you, it gives you the closest shave for your underarms and legs. Men can use this to soften up the whiskers of their beards. This can be used to remove makeup. To wash your face if you don't wear makeup, fine. Maybe just to take off sunscreen. Yes, you can use it as a total body bar. It leaves your skin hydrated. It doesn't part your skin. So if you do use it on your face, you're not going to feel like the skin has been stripped. There's a lot of ingredients here that are, sort of natural humectants that draws moisture to your skin. So they're awesome. I mean, they're beautiful to look at. They're wonderful. They're a pleasure to use. And we have a lot of different stone combos. So check out Soap Rocks. Kylie can put the link up for the Soap Rocks page in the chat. Check out our Soap Rock selection. And if you're thinking this could be a fun gift idea for somebody, here's what I would do. Pick up our little pineapple turquoise gift set. Pick up another set of 3. You'll save 10%, including on the sale item. And you'll have lots of options and lots of variety with which to choose gifts or do whatever you need to do. Put them in your guest rooms. Again, great little thank you gift for people. End of the school year teacher's gift. They're so pretty. They're just awesome. So check those out. Like I said, we have all different combos with different colors. And I don't think there's a bad one in the bunch, frankly. All right, let's talk about a couple more things because before we know it here, it's going to be 9 o'clock. I'm going to take a quick sip of my iced tea. All right, what do I want to tell you about? Not many left. This is another favorite item that we love here at Just Jill. Look at how sculptural this is. Look how deep this is. This is actually a piece of cast iron, believe it or not, solid, weighty, and then beautifully painted, oxidized, tipped in the gold. It's a trinket dish, but you can see like it's a pretty good size. Covers up my face. Here's my hand. As big as my hand easily, but such a pretty item to sit on your coffee table. Again, you could use this. Now look at this. Remember, our candle's on sale for marked down from 30 to 25 as well. Look how pretty that would be. So easy, right? Again, if you wanted to put some little beads, little potpourri around it, you could certainly do that. I love the idea of just, this candle on a flower. Just one more way you could use this, but certainly as a trinket dish for your jewelry, certainly as a catch-all, maybe on your kitchen counter, you have a small little area where, sort of you walk in, your keys go there. You could certainly put this there. If you're wanting to, kind of streamline some of your decor on your side tables and coffee tables, or you want to do a little display on a tray, maybe do a stack of books with, some kind of statuary and then this little pretty flower. Kylie, can you check, do we have all colors left in this or is this the only one that's left?
We have all colors.
We have all colors left. So this is this pretty verdigris and you can see the texture in that, but it also comes in a cream. And then we also have it in like an oil rub bronze. And can I tell you, oil rub bronze accents are making a huge comeback. So, it's sort of been, it started with the satin nickel, then it kind of moved into brushed gold. And now I can tell you like the oil rub bronze accents for hardware and cabinetry, and browns are coming back. So we do have this in like a darker oil rub bronze look too, but really, really a nice piece, pretty piece. Again, unusual, hefty. I mean, this thing weighs, I bet it weighs a pound at least. I mean, it's heavy, maybe more than that. It's a hefty piece, but really, really pretty. Okay. And final order on that too. That won't be coming back. And speaking of flowers, we debuted these a few weeks ago. This is one of the big trends that we saw when we traveled to Atlanta gift market back in January. And it was the idea of these beautiful ceramic flowers. And when I first saw them, like they were ginormous. And I just couldn't wrap my head around like, what would you do with that? Plop like a big flower. Well, I guess I wasn't the only one that was sort of struggling with the size, because this one vendor group that we work with, who are incredible, they came back and said, we've done small, meaning we've done small. So aren't these amazing? These are these pretty tabletop ceramic flowers. This one happens to be our orchid and succulent combo. They are, look at the layers. Look at the way they've been painted. Look at the petals. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I just think the detail here is amazing. They do have a little protective piece on the bottom. So for your, countertops and tables and those kinds of things. And if you would want to hang these, so maybe you have like a little gallery wall with pictures, there's a little place in the back here where you could actually hang these up and use them in a pretty display of some kind. We're going to do a buy more and save with these. So if you buy more than one set, maybe you keep a set, give a set. Maybe you want to create some kind of an interesting art wall, even if it's a small area, like in your powder room, or you wanted to, maybe you do a couple of them going up the wall this way, or you want to do a little cluster of them on, right above your towel rack or something. We're going to do a buy more and save. So if you buy more than one set, we'll take 10% off the total price of these items. So here's the orchid with the succulent. This is one of my favorites. I love this duo because I love to look at this. And this looks like those hens and chicks, right? The sempervivum. Look how this has a little bit of that pink color that pulls out the pink here. And then you can see all of the layers. Look at that. How did they do that? I mean, it's just, the mold is incredible. The painting is incredible. It's so pretty. So that's one option. You'll find all of these. What do they need to search to find this, Kylie?
Decorative ceramic flowers.
Decorative ceramic flowers.
I'll put a link.
Kylie's going to put a link in the chat. So if you go to justjillshop.com, that's where you'll find all of these items and so much more. But there's one duo. Then another duo we have, it's this one, Kylie, or this one, right?
Yes.
These two and these two. I like this one a lot too. So you'll get this cream colored flower. Oh, did you order these, Lynn? Oh my gosh, she said they're more beautiful in person. I would agree. So we have this combo. So this is this beautiful kind of, how would I describe this color? Like a deep coral, begonia, and then this beautiful white, almost kind of a, I don't know, is it like a dahlia a little bit? Really pretty. I don't know what it is, but I just like it. So there's that combo. So again, kind of this whitewashed with beige, and then the begonia. Or we did this whitewashed, and this is this essentially very similar flower. I know, Linda, aren't they interesting? In this beautiful, I want to say it's like a dusty, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, like a dusty purple, but like has gray too, and even a little brown. I mean, the artistry here is unbelievable. Look at those. And they're designed to sit so pretty, just like that, right? It's like you want to put it in your hair, like Elphaba in Wicked. Look how pretty. So they can sit on your dresser, on your countertop, by a soap dish, in a hallway. They're just, it's just nice to look at pretty things. And a lot of us spend a lot of time at home. And so I love that. I love to walk around and see things I love. That gives me comfort to be surrounded by things that I love. I struggle with clutter. I won't kid you. Not so much like, I mean, yeah, I'm a tornado in the kitchen. And like, I was laughing with Kylie because I made us a quick dinner before I went up and did my makeup, and we came on live with all of you. And I laughed when I went in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this kitchen is a mess. I don't struggle with clutter in terms of the decorative stuff. I struggle with clutter with like piles of mail and all those kinds of things because I don't really want to tackle it. So, I don't really, I mean, I care about it, but I don't care about it. But boy, let me create a beautiful tablescape. And I really care about that because that's what makes me happy. So these are the kinds of things I like to put on a tablescape that make me happy. And then if you want to, let me just show you one more thing. If you want to do these sort of succulent flower looks in those green tones, we have what we're calling Kylie's favorite. And it's this combo here. Really pretty kind of, this is more of like the mini one, and it's almost like a washed tealish turquoise. And then here it is in more of the true succulent green. All right. So there's that combo. And then Kylie, help me with this. And then does it go with this one? And then is it these two?
Yep.
Okay. Or there's this small one here, and then there's this one, which again kind of has a very much of like the begonia kind of a look to it, but done in those kind of pretty greenish tones.
It also goes with the green.
And then this one also goes, you could do this combo if you want. So what I love is we try to put these all together in different combinations. Sandy said, I have Kylie's favorites. What do you think, Sandy? Do you agree with Lynn? Are they more beautiful in person? I think they are. I mean, and they grow on you. Can I tell you? Like the more I see them, I'm like, they really are pretty. And then it's kind of like, all right, so what kind of combination would I want to put together here if I wanted to get more than one set? I love the green and the pink. Maybe the green and the pink, and then the purple. Oh, that is so pretty. The purple, and then that one comes with the white too, just to kind of make those glow. And maybe you do a little cluster of them on the wall, or, I mean, look at the three of those together. But then you do all four of them. Look how pretty those are. Oh, look at that combo, Kylie.
That's really pretty.
That's a really good combo. I kind of really love that combo, actually. And you know what? I have to say, and then the other combo I kind of am liking is taking this begonia rust color. Sandy says she loves them. Look how pretty that plays off that smaller one that's in Kylie's favorites. Right? And then that comes with the cream. Okay, that's really good. And then look at the way this green works off of that. A little more earthy. Wow. Okay. Have fun playing. Hopefully that inspired you a little bit. And then you know what else? So let me just show you an idea. Oh, thanks, Darcy. I'm glad you like them. And remember, if you buy more than one set of those, you get 10% off. That's why I was putting two together, just to maybe give you an idea if you wanted to do that. The other thing that I wanted to show you that we put on sale, these were our beautiful, I love just little, decorative objects, but I love these beautiful white birds that we did with these incredible carvings of the flowers. It's a set of two. These were $49. I think I took them down to $44. You confirm?
Yep.
I think that's what I took them down to.
Yeah.
So they were $49, took them down to $44. That includes your shipping and handling. They're a nice size. As you can see, these are not bitty. But how pretty would it be on a tray? Okay, let's play for a second. Think of a tray that you have. We don't have one of ours, do we, Kai? One of our trays. But look how pretty You could do your bird and a bird. And then you nestle some of the flowers around it. Just doing this for inspiration. And yes, I'm going to use 2 sets. So you can kind of just get the idea of how you might put these together. And again, you'll play with it and figure out how you like it to look best. But like that's kind of the idea, right? You put it around, or maybe you set the birds here. You do your little flowers around and then add a little flameless candle in the background. That could be really pretty too. I think I would pull one of those up front. So, I mean, that's, you know, you do you, but just to give you different ideas on how to use these different things, I think they're just so pretty. So I think the birds add something, because if you just do all of the flowers without adding a little bit of height, then I don't think you get the full effect of interest to draw in the eye. Then it just becomes a row of kind of flat. Even though there's texture and color, you sort of need some things in the background, different shapes, different heights and textures to create interest. So remember that when you're doing some of your styling around your home. So these give some height, they break up the color, they also have textural interest. And then we used something, just a single item in the background to kind of anchor it all with a little more height, kind of overseeing everything else. So just some fun ways to play around with the items that you find at Just Jill. And isn't it fun when you can find items like that are all on sale? We love a good sale. All right, last thing I'll show you, and then we're going to do our drawing, everybody. If you haven't, oh my gosh, it's 9:05. Thank you for hanging in here with us, everyone. If you haven't made a comment in our chat, now is the time to do so. Tell me what you love. Tell me what you're looking for. What else can we bring you? Yes, we'll be doing an incredible Christmas in July for you, starting, you know, towards the end of June into July. The good news is we have a lot of product already in-house that have not been affected by the tariffs. So that's going to be good news for a lot of you, I'm sure. So lots coming, but we always want to know, like, what can we be doing better? What would you like to see more from us? We want to know all of those things. So make sure you're putting a comment in so we can enter you into our Soap Rocks drawing. And the last thing I just wanted to show you, you can see them hanging up here behind me. I love our wind chimes. And now that we really are into May, the weather, hopefully wherever you might be joining us from, is feeling a little sunnier and warmer. You're a little more inspired to go outside, plant up some containers. I know last weekend we did a lot of yard work, but gosh, now that it's done, it was so nice. I was out with Kelsey earlier, just taking her for a little walk in our backyard, and it was like, oh, my rose bushes look so neat and trimmed, and the butterfly bushes were cut back, and the rose of Sharon is all like, everything looks so neat and tidy. I love that. And so now once that's done, we get to zhuzh. We get to zhuzh with the lanterns. We get to zhuzh with fountains or containers or solar lights. Or what about doing a little bit of zhuzhing by hanging some jewelry out in your garden? You tend to love our wind chimes, and I love our wind chimes too. First of all, what I love about them is that each of the chimes themselves are diamond cut, so they shimmer and sparkle. And then we use these beautiful, like, they look like gems, the top quality acrylic. Like, if you didn't know better, you would think this could be Swarovski crystal. I mean, it really is so clear and so beautiful. These are these really pretty oversized flowers. And then we echoed the same color around the ring that holds the chimes, then the little clapper, if you will, that hits the chimes. And then there's even a couple more jewels down below. Isn't that pretty? So we did these for you. There's a raspberry color. There's a beautiful purple. We have it for you over
We're
here.
sold out in the purple.
Oh, purple's gone. Oh, thanks, Kai. Here we have it in this really pretty, soft, peachy orange. And then if you want just a classic sunflower look, this was actually the original. And so it has a brown center. Sunflower or black-eyed Susan, you can decide what you see. I like sunflower, but whatever. But see how it just glistens? Look at that. So imagine that out in your tree, or hanging from a shepherd's hook, walking in your garden, sitting out on your patio. It's a very gentle chime. That's the most important thing to me. When we decided to do some of these chimes, I had to hear it first. So as long as it sounds good, that's first. And then does it look good? And is there something about it that's like, wow? And I felt very strongly about that with this whole group. So we love our chimes. These are $39. So again, we're keeping it under that $40 price point for you. And that shipping and handling is included. We sold out of the sunflower last year. So I was thrilled that they had it again this year. And then I just love the size of the flower. I mean, look at my hand. So it's a really nice size. And again, the clarity of that color. This raspberry is really pretty. Carol said, I have your wind chimes from last year and the sound is soft and beautiful. Yes, they do sparkle. Thank you, Carol. I love it when you all share what you have so other people, like, listen, of course I'm going to sit here and talk about the things, and, they wouldn't be in the shop if I didn't love them, but it's my company. So I'm sure there's always a little skepticism. So when our customers can talk about what their experience was when they received them in person, and it backs up what I've been saying, I love to share that with all of you. So if you want a wind chime, here is a beautiful one to consider. Another great gift item too. And I love that too. Like, my mom has a small balcony, so she has room to maybe plant a couple of containers, but we could always put a shepherd's hook in one of those containers, a little taller one, and then hang the wind chime with it, and she could enjoy the sound while she's sitting out there on her patio. So I think every garden and every outdoor space should have a little twinkle. And I think that that's jewelry and then the sound all combined into one. All right. Are we ready for our giveaway? Kylie, are you ready for the giveaway?
Yes.
Okay, everybody. So make sure you've commented. Let's count to 10, and then we'll have Kylie take it away. You have 10 seconds. Make a comment so that you're entered. All right, everybody? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. Here's everybody. Might not be everybody, but it's working its way through all the names. Hopefully I don't get picked. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it, Kylie? Marianne Paddock, you are our Just Jill Soap Rocks giveaway winner. Yay, Marianne. Exciting. Congratulations. So, Marianne, what I need you to do is maybe, how do we do that, Kylie? Did they reach out? Do we reach out to them?
We reach out to them through your Facebook account.
Okay, so Marianne, we're going to reach out to you through my Just Jill Bauer Facebook account. We'll get your information and we will get that little soap rock set sent your way. Congratulations. Love it. All right, everybody. I hope if you are a mom, you are able to celebrate the way you would like to this weekend. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I also know that Mother's Day can be a little heartache for some of you too. So for those of you who are unable to spend Mother's Day with your moms, a hug from me. And also remember, there are probably women in your life who have been like a mom, be it a bonus mom, a stepmom, a dear friend, an aunt, someone who's just an older friend who maybe gave you incredible guidance. So remember to recognize them too this weekend. And as always, I love spending time with all of you. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, letting me be a little casual. Hope that you had fun. Hope you liked our sort of like, let's do as many things as we can under $50 for everybody. So I hope you found some things to treat yourself to take care of yourself and just give yourself a little smile. So thanks for being here. Look forward to seeing you next week. And I'll see you then. Good night.